So basically, the reason I even chose that shit as the fun fact, like gas prices was really, it was like really illegal to buy gas on weekends. I think that's crazy. Like,
Does that help? What is that? What was the purpose though? Is that helping to regulate the gas
uh,
prices? You think?
okay, so you already know the '70s was kind of fucked up with like inflation, unemployment, shit like that.
Right.
Basically, niggas had there was a war in Israel. The U.S. pretty much supported Israel instead of supporting the Saudis, which obviously they got control over the oil. So in '73 we had an oil crisis.
Right.
We also had an energy crisis in 1978. It's like 79 type time. So we had two major energy crises in the same decade, but that 73 one was like basically we supported Israel against the Saudis. They wasn't rocking with it, so they raised oil prices. That's pretty much what happened. Like
So around this mandate whatever for the weekends was put in place like late '70s.
Early 73, 74, 75 type time. Yeah, early to mid. Yeah,
for sure.
and so
Just in the U.S. here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we was trying to basically minimize the damage that was being done. So they said it was something like if your license plate ends in like an even number, you could go on certain days. If it ended on odd numbers, you gotta go on the other days. So basically like if it ended in a 3, you can only go Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays. If it ended on an even number, you could go Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Wow.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like, you know how like they got like the watering schedule, like certain people could water on certain days.
Yeah.
They don't want you to water between this
like,
time and that time. Like, yeah, I never knew that with the gas.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
So yeah, they was government and the government was pushing this. They was telling businesses like, yo, if y'all just close on weekends, like that'll really help. You feel me? Close.
Then that's a slippery slope too though, cause
for sure.
Telling the business how and when they can operate.
Facts.
Like that's not free market type shit.
Yeah. Like that's not cool.
Not free market shit at all. Like telling you can't. You like imagine you feel me. You running a business and they tell you can't.
Yeah,
open
you like, hey, don't open. Like
what?
This is bread. Like what you mean?
What?
They not buying gas. They not buying snacks. They ain't buying drinks, coffee.
Probably just sit
like it ain't even fuck the gas by this point. Like
you already operating at. You feel me? Like you it's a balance. You gotta sell this much to pay your bills and do this and make a profit. Like he's not trying to just break even.
Fact. Like, I'm trying to make something.
Yeah, you trying to make it shake. Like
screwed them. But yeah, that shit was crazy. Like people don't know that. And like my mom was born in '73, so like when I think about that, I'm like, damn, like that happened in my mom's lifetime, or that was illegal to buy gas. Like we could never like imagine us experiencing something like that. Now there would be an outrage. 7-Eleven closed, Chevron closed. You ain't never seen a gas station close.
And then you forcing the people all this to. You feel me? You all gotta force it in your schedule to go get gas on the same day.
Yeah,
like that's ridiculous.
What? Yeah, lines was crazy, of course.
You remember like how recently like when it was problems with the pipelines or something, I guess. And you feel me? It was only certain places you could get gas, especially on the East Coast. Like
what?
A million cars in line at one gas station. You the only one with gas. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Like
people don't realize how realistic that is. Like when shit hit the fan. Remember, niggas was rationing in the 70s. Yeah. We was rationing food. Like, that's crazy. Our generation is so detached from that. That's wartime. Remember, niggas in war. The Vietnam War had just ended.
Yeah.
Niggas is in war. The economy fucked up. Yeah. Gas costs hella. Okay, daylight savings time is largely a thing because of the 70s. We was trying to conserve energy. So the government telling niggas like, yo, turn your TV off by 7 o'clock. Turn your lights off. Go to bed. That's why we have daylight savings time. Time ended up adjusting so that niggas could feel like, okay, at this time you need to be going to bed. At this time you need to be doing this because we need to save this hour or two. Yep, that's a fact. Right. Daylight savings time, 2 fun facts. Daylight savings time is largely a thing because of the 1970s. Man. That's a fact. You can Google it. It's crazy.
Man, don't even get me started on all these government mandates.
Man, bro. Remember when I was telling you about democratic backsliding? Like, one of those things, when they said that word mandate, I was like, what?
Man, that's a word, and I'm very cautious about. That's just a word to be cautious about.
Facts, mandate.
Like, who was it?
Who are you?
Like, when to turn my TV off.
Right, like, what?
When I can go get gas, like, that's some...
Man, bro.
That's some real control society.
Yeah.
Like, you
That's what we own, for real. Everybody just okay with it. They feel like if remember the democracy supposed to feel like we acting on behalf of everybody. So when they mandate some shit, the mandate has an underlying tone of this is what everybody wanted, which is not true. We didn't vote for shit. Ain't nobody asked me about no fucking mask. Niggas told me to demanded that I wear a mask, or I can't go nowhere.
Right. But it's reminding me of like you remember the Giver.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And
yeah,
like,
The Giver, shout out The Giver.
Man, yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah. Middle school classic. If you didn't read The Giver in middle school, you
They got
suck.
a movie now too. I seen the movie.
Yeah, the movie sucked.
The movie was
It wasn't as good as the book. Let me say that. It don't suck.
Yeah, they never are as good as the book.
Fact.
But that's like that's supposed to be a quote unquote utopian type society where it's all control. You feel me? You get a bike when you turn 5. Right. You feel me? You get a job. We select your job for you.
What they call selection? Like literally called selection.
Oh, that's man. Cautious, man. Cautious because it was not sweet. That utopian society wasn't sweet.
There's some rules that you following, like
man, but
this ain't ideal.
Man, what's being hidden?
Fact.
What's being hidden?
Man, that shit is really crazy.
Man, but that's neither here nor there.
Right. Anyway, welcome back to a third episode of the Finlit Footsteps podcast. Yes, we have a name. We doing it. Finlit Footsteps stands for financial literacy. Footsteps, stepping stones, however you want to imagine it. That's what we're here to do. So today, what we're gonna be talking about, man?
Man.
A couple interesting things in the air.
You know. I want to start by, you feel me, saying Thanksgiving, happy late Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, my boy.
Happy holidays.
Of course,
happy holidays. It's that time of the year.
My favorite time of the year. I love the holidays. It makes me feel like a kid. I'm gonna keep it real.
Man, I've been watching Christmas movies crazy.
Man.
The Grinch. I just got plugged on the Disney Plus, man.
Oh, the game changer. Man, everything you need.
I'm telling you.
Everything you need.
Shout out to Pixar. Shout out to Pixar.
Pixar holding it down.
I'm a fan, man.
Amen.
To Disney, but man, it's that time of the year, man. A lot of love being spread around, man. You feel me? Like we've been going through a lot as a society, but so you really gotta
been a rough ass 2 years.
A rough 2 years. So when these type of times, you feel me? I like really try to focus on like the good spirit, trying to
fact, really be in tune with that.
Man. Like it's the time of year to be happy, despite whatever going on.
Chaos, it's a whole lot to be mad about, but
try to focus on the good.
That's a fact.
But yeah, so like to kick it off with a straight financial financial segment to kick stuff off. Like that's what we about, Finlit Footsteps. So today we want to start with money psychology.
Yep.
Money psychology. So you want to kick it off?
Oh, most definitely. So as we're making a slight little change to what we usually do for our finance topics, and that's basically he actually proposed this idea the other day. We kind of modeling this like a course almost. It's gonna be chronological basically. Our videos as it pertains to the finance topics, they're gonna kind of, you need to follow them. We're gonna be talking about something new that builds on something that we previously discussed, and you kind of need to bridge the gap to get to point A to point B, point C type things, and I think that's gonna be super dope.
That's dope. So we basically formatting it like a course.
A YouTube course.
Whenever you do get in tune with us, whenever you find your way to the channel, it's archived, man. That's why we're recording.
Fact.
While you go back and we giving out good information every episode, just giving out game. Man. So all shit you could go back to. Like you said, you could watch it in order. We're gonna try to like build it in the order. But whenever you do join this, man, you feel free to go back in time. It's a lesson. And everything, man, just try to tie it all together.
Yep.
Make it make sense.
So the first string to that knot, basically the psychology of money. How you approach things, why you feel the way you feel about money. And that's actually my question to you. Why do you feel the way you feel about money?
Man, it's a historical thing. It's passed down generation to generation, man. Yep. I don't want to say we fear money, but we just don't know how to utilize it as a tool. Money is a tool. At the end of the day, like the type of mindsets that gets passed down in our community through generations is like a paycheck to paycheck type of thing.
Penny pension.
That's what you see. That's what you see coming up. You feeling where we feeling like struggling. You feel me waiting on the next check, getting what we gotta get, making sure we eat.
Right.
And then you feel me?
Yeah, like those important times.
A blessing when you get the extra luxuries of life. You feel me? So that's what I think. That's pretty much where it comes from. It's passed down over generations. Just that week to week mindset.
Yeah. I feel you 100%. Just like you said, like just the habits that we develop. You know, like you got your parents. They might be penny pinching, they broke, less than. Everybody from the hood, you know, we all got stories, you know, of being told no because you just can't afford that shit.
Right.
Wait till Christmas, wait till your birthday, knowing your birthday for 7 months. Like,
man,
I want this now. I went through that with the iPhone. Remember we was all wearing like blazers.
The blazers.
Like, man, like all that, like I want this now because it's popping now. The homies got this now.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait, but you got to.
Hey,
you know,
ain't nothing
like,
wrong with a good holiday sale.
You feel me?
Amen.
Well, I've been going crazy at Kohl's the past 3 days.
That's the best time to shop.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But like you said, as a kid though, you don't think
you
about it like
process
that.
None of that shit. So you
it's not your money though, so you don't even put together the thought of like, okay, you like it's really a plan.
Yeah,
in place to be able to buy you this stuff. Like it's not like
you ain't thinking about rent.
Money don't grow on trees.
Literally,
that's the saying. You ain't thinking about, like you said, rent, gas,
right?
food,
Fuck all that. Mama handle that.
Right.
That's your job. You feel me? I want these shoes. Facts.
Right.
I want GTA.
Right.
I want 2K. Madden. I don't care about bills. I don't care about gas in the car. I don't care about getting to work and back.
Man.
I need this controller.
Man, but
I need this iPhone.
If only you knew though.
Facts. If only you knew the struggle. Shout out the parents.
Shout
man.
out the parents.
That's
man.
a real grind. So
you
yeah,
talking about being upset. You really be upset that gas bill ain't paid,
that
mortgage ain't paid.
What?
You don't give a damn.
We out, right? You got the iPhone now. You sleeping on the
right.
park bench.
On the iPhone.
Right. That's your pillow type of shit.
Right.
That's a fact. So yeah, you got that aspect of it where I mean, that's not even necessarily a bad thing because it kind of teaches you. It can be a bad thing. On one hand, it teaches you to kind of care, you know, because eventually you do grow into like, damn, this money do got to get used for X, Y, Z. I can't just go get that. But on the other hand, you could be raised like, I ain't never had shit. Now I finally got some money. I'm finna splurge.
You finna splurge.
And we see how often that kills. Everybody that do get ahead, in society in general, just like the average person that hit the lottery is broke within 10 years. Yeah, but even outside of them, us specifically, like, we see how that kills us. Every time somebody cross that finish line, we like, damn, that nigga up, that nigga winning.
Yeah.
Broke within years. Because he in an atmosphere he can't sustain.
You not living below your means, you living up to your means. You assuming that you're gonna make that same amount of money forever.
Fact.
Which is not the case. You're not doing no future planning at all. So
bad. That shit suck too, man, because you wanna be able to root for niggas forever. And
right.
If I can bank on or even minimally expect you to underperform because of your own financial habits, your own perception on the life you live in, like, that's sad. We shouldn't be banking on the downfall of the niggas who win, but that is likely. Yeah. You likely to fall. We see basketball players, all these different athletes, rappers, all entertainers, like literally from anywhere you can think of, niggas that really won and really got far, crumbled. And it's because of simple shit niggas wasn't taught.
Man.
It's not their fault. They lived life and just wasn't. Nobody kicked that game to
right,
them.
you just living in the moment. Like, I got this bag right now. Like you said, that's hot right now. That pair of shoes is hot right now.
Facts. Right now, today. Like,
man, everything, you feel me? So you just go get it. Because the money coming in at that point.
Right.
Man, astronomical numbers too. You talking about the NBA, whatever, astronomical numbers. Like, you can literally buy
500 bands
whatever
today.
you want. Literally
Unlimited.
Whatever you want.
Unlimited guap. That's a crazy
Can you really fault?
No, not at all. Like, not at all. Like, I totally understand. And it's a shame because that means that we've normalized it to the point where it's expected and not frowned upon. You know, the fact that it's not frowned upon means it happens so often that we've developed a bit of like sympathy for niggas like that, and we should. Yeah. I feel sympathy for it. Like, damn, these niggas down bad.
Be like, man, you hate to see it.
Yeah, like
hate to see it.
And like I said, it's the frequency of it. So when it happens, it's like another one down, another one bites the dust.
And I don't want to really call no names, but we see it all. Like, we see the ex-NBA players.
Yeah, current
boxing,
going broke. Right? Like,
you a boxing man? You a boxer man?
Like, stop it.
You too old for the league, but you're gonna go boxing.
You finna go get punched in your head. Niggas getting CTE. You finna go get punched in your head for
a couple bands.
10 bands.
Like, for
and you was pulling in a $50 million deal.
Come on, man. Come on, it's rough. You hate to see it though.
Show me $50 million worth of shit.
But it all, you feel the money psychology is like.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So you can't fault. I don't say you could fault people. Our people, you know, because like we come up with nothing, and then we come up with nothing for the most part.
That's a fact.
When you get something, man, that's everything you dreamed of as a kid, is having enough money to do this and do that. Like, because you still got that kid mindset, like, I just want this, I want that, I want.
You're not told no from my family, like,
you're not thinking like a budgeting, bills, this, that, like, especially you going to the league straight out of high school, straight out of college, like, you ain't really lived an adult life, so you don't have you haven't had adult problems yet, so you trust in a random agent or somebody to keep your finances in order for you. 9 times out of 10, they stealing from you. Or they just not, or they really not taking care of business like you want them to. You know what I mean? Like, nobody gonna care for your finances like you are. Nobody gonna care for your finances like you are. Like, he's doing a job at the end of the day, and he probably got several other clients. You feel me? But so that's, you feel me? Like, that's why we do what we do, though. We trying to teach another way. You know, like
something different.
Something different.
That's it. Something different.
Something different. That's it. There's another way to think about money, man. Like. Because like I was saying about the check-to-check thing, it don't matter how big that check is. Like, the NBA players get paid, every game or however they get paid. Like, it's still a check-to-check thing. Like, I know I'm getting paid this much on this day, I can spend this.
Right.
I know I'm getting paid this much on this day, I'm going to spend that.
Like, I can spend this whole thing right now because another one going to come in a couple days.
Man.
I'm spending all of this right now.
Man, these careers come to an end, man. Right. God willing, you're going to be 50, 60 years old one day.
Right.
Unable to work. You feel me? Not wanting to work.
That's really
not wanting to work. Really, you don't
want to work. Yeah, like, you see the old people that work at Walmart, the greeters.
Man,
you gotta be there. You're not here because you just like people.
Yeah.
You're here because you got to, and that's crazy. That's a fucked up position to be in. You 75, feet swelling up. You could barely walk. Your back not even straight. You gotta be here 8 hours on your feet saying hi to every single person that walk in.
And a lot of times they be like really great people. Like, they really great people. Like, I love a good greeter when I walk in the Walmart.
It'll change your whole perspective on shopping. I might buy more shit just because you said hi to me.
Man, I'm gonna definitely come back through this exit. You feel me? You feel me? Like, so you have a good one and all that. You feel me? But it be the best people, man. But it don't. At the end of the day, it don't come down to that. Like, when we talking about finances, man, life, however you want to think about it, life is a business, you know. So your life, your own personal life is a business. Your personal finances is your business. That is your business. So you definitely gotta have the mental mindset of you feel me, making of longevity, basically. Of longevity, having money coming in. Different streams of income, planning for your retirement. Like you said, nobody want to be working 50, 60, 70 years old.
Right.
Hate to see it, man.
Like, man, you so old.
You hate to see it. Oh, so what do you think about? Like, okay, so we kind of got into where the mindset comes from.
Right.
But how do we get into shifting the mindset? Where should we be shifting it to?
Right. Okay, so that's actually interesting. This is my perspective on shit like this.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the term consumerism?
Of course.
All right, so for those of you who've never heard of this term, it's basically like our desire to buy more shit. Whether we need it or not, it's the point that we want more. We see more, so we want more, even if it's not even true. Even at the point up to detriment, we still want more. We want to consume more. And I feel like how we just touched on developing habits from your parents. It get deeper than that. You could develop them from your friends. You got peer pressure. You know, like everybody out at a restaurant, everybody getting the steak. You probably finna get the nuggets and the fries. You're gonna get the tenders and fries with some water. You know? Because other people, they going wild, and you might feel that pressure. Like, damn, I gotta keep up with niggas, you know. Yeah. And so you got the friend aspect, but you also got the TV. You know, when you see, and that ties into consumerism. When you see so many damn commercials. Man. They selling, you gonna see 100 commercials in a day. Yeah, they gonna sell something to you in a 30-minute show. 10 minutes of that is commercials.
And they are experts at selling you.
Experts,
selling you.
Down to the colors.
Random, down to the colors.
It's gonna get that specific. They gonna sell you what you need. Going to the store, buy one get one half off. They trying to encourage you to spend something. You gonna see that big old sign before you even walk in. Right. Sale. Yeah. You know, and so when you got that going on, one of the drivers of consumerism is like going into a cashless society where money is less of a need, just like credit. You know, we saw the credit boom of the 30s, of the 20s, you know, like, niggas that never experienced that. They so used to saving and penny pinching so that one day, we can go get this refrigerator.
Right.
One day we could get this washer. Niggas like, I don't got no money and I don't need to right now.
Right.
I could go get this refrigerator right now with no money.
Yeah.
Then a while out, we saw the growth, but then we saw that shit tumble. You know, for a good amount of time. You feel me? 29 to pretty much 41, which is the start of World War I. You know, we was pretty much fucked up that whole period of time.
Yeah.
And so there's pros and cons to it. You know, the cons really start to become prevalent when niggas is getting more and more greedy type shit. Like, you want so much more. So when it comes to solving it, I think it starts there. Start with why. Just like we asked, why do you feel the way you feel about money? That reflection, self-awareness, that has to be the first step of this. Yeah. You got to become more self-aware. You got to figure out, how do I become more in tune with what's going on? Yeah. You feel me? If I check my account and I got X amount of money, let's say you got $500 in an account. You remember that, like, all right, I got $500. Yeah. Then you ain't checking your account again, you go spend $450 worth of shit. Man. You ain't even think about that. Every time you think about the money, you like, shit, I got $500 still. I got $500 still. Right. It's like you said, you get that overdraft, that text, like, hold on. Yeah. You wildin' out. What does that mean? And you got the overdraft fee on top of that. Banks make billions on overdraft fees. Man, your account be negative. Yeah, now you fucked up. Now you like, damn. All because you're not in tune with what's going on. You wildin'. Oh, everybody has. That's the part of the growth. Yeah. Then I had an unsecured credit card at 18 with Wells Fargo. Didn't even know what that meant. Yeesh. Went in wild out. That shit was gone in literally like 2-3 months tops. Swear to God, gone. Yeesh. Went to collection. They still ain't got their money. Big weeds. Y'all still ain't getting your money. Man, but like,
his number is 702.
He lives at man. But yeah, like I think it really starts there. We gotta reflect. Conversations like these where we kind of create that environment for niggas to reflect. We got life. You don't really got time to kind of sit back, pause, relax, breathe, focus. Go back, try to correct. You know, you don't really got time for that because life is kind of coming at you fast. You just thinking like, damn, I got problem on top of problem on top of problem. Like, fuck all of it. I'm gonna ignore that shit. So I say one of the first steps is really just to ask yourself, like, why do you even feel this way? What has happened to you that make you not have that relationship with money? Why don't you feel like this with your pockets? I know at all times, I know how much money I got in my wallet. I know how much money I got in my savings accounts. I know how much money I got in my checking account. Like, always, I know. And on top of that, niggas be stealing. You feel me? Like, just in like, if you don't know how much you got, I tell Gabby that all the time. Every time she put $1 in the piggy bank, I'm like, you count your money? She like, no. I'm like, how you gonna know what you got? How you gonna know somebody stole it from you? You feel me? So I even try to instill that in my kid early, like, be about your bread.
Be about your bread.
You feel me? Document the journey.
I'm missing a dime. I'm on the
hunt. I'm looking. Hold on. Where's that quarter I saw?
I'm in the car.
Fact. Because I need to know. Like,
I gotta know. Like, it went somewhere.
It didn't just crawl out of here.
That's money I didn't get to spend.
Fact. Straight up.
But yeah, that's why you say in your wallet and your accounts, because you get pickpocketed, you get scammed. Nowadays, you get scammed just the same as you get pickpocketed. You gotta know what's in your accounts and your wallet, physical dollars. Any asset you own, you just gotta keep aware of it. So
Facts.
That includes from your accounts, your wallet. You feel me? Keeping track of your like I said, your assets. You
Facts.
feel me? Like if you invested in anything, keeping track of what that money is doing,
Facts.
what's going on. Like always be aware of everything you have. So basically, you should always know your net worth.
Facts.
You feel me? Combine all of my stuff. Combine. I have
Facts.
this amount of money. You feel me? This is my net worth.
Facts. Even on top of that, you also want to be in tune with your goals. Set goals. Man. But after you set them, be in tune with them. If I set some goals for myself, like, all right, I'm gonna really just like we was discussing budgeting briefly. If I'm planning my money out and I'm like, all right, I got this to work with until this bit of time. Like the NBA players obviously don't do that. Yeah. Because they think I got 82 checks coming in at some point. They gotta come anyway. I'm gonna blow all of this. If niggas really looked at it like, okay, I got this to spend. I don't got this much. I got this much. I have this much to spend. Right. If we started planning like that, you start really setting goals. Like I'm trying to go a month without going over my budget. Right. I'm trying to save this much money over a 3-month period. If niggas started looking like that and then constantly reminded yourself of it, that's why like vision boards is so dope. Like people feel like if I can see my goals instead of just thinking about them, talking about it, if I can see it every day, it'll change everything.
Writing shit down.
Fact. We already talked about the sticky notes, the note cards, the whiteboards,
all of that.
Go crazy. They got one in the room, one on
on the
refrigerator door. Like,
I got them everywhere, man. Countless notebooks.
Fact.
Floating around the house.
Fact.
Paper I probably will never find again. You feel me?
Right.
Speaking
of
keeping straight,
down.
you feel me? I wrote it down. I know you feel me.
Fact. I'm the same exact way.
Write stuff down. So yeah, like if you out there, if you taking notes out there, you feel me? Like one was just being mentally aware.
Fact.
You feel me? Of your money mindset. 2, setting goals.
Yep. For 3, I mean, really, I say, kind of create conversation. I say it feels better when you know you are dealing with a problem, but you aren't the only one. I think like how we see like suicide awareness, things like that. It's the awareness aspect that shit'll make people speak out. Somebody in the world is dealing with what you're dealing with, whether like on any level. You know, even rich people. Rich people got the same problems.
Right.
You feel me? Middle class people got the same problems. So when you're able to reflect, like somebody else thinks like me, somebody else is experiencing this.
Yeah.
I think that even helps kind of spark change and growth because, like I said, life coming at you so quick, you don't got time to really reflect. When you just turned 18, you just graduated, you about to go to college. XYZ, you know, now you focus on that, or you got a kid, you gotta go to work, you gotta do this. So it's like I got so many things to worry about. I don't got time to sit back and feel like, why did I spend that $13 at McDonald's that I didn't need to spend?
Man.
You don't got time to think about shit like that. Like I was hungry, so I spent that $13. But if you could really channel that shit, like, okay, why am I so frivolous? Like why am I really wilding? And then look for other people that asking themselves the same questions.
Right,
Like,
just seek information, seek knowledge.
Facts.
And then also I would add to that, then challenge yourself.
Facts.
Challenge yourself to do better. Don't go to McDonald's and spend $13. Get on that dollar menu, man. That's my man.
$5 used to what?
Man,
We was
what?
$5 get you 2 hot spices, a medium fried, large drink. Fact, we was just talking about Arby's, the 2 for $6.
Man,
you probably won't finish your food after the 2 for $6. That shit is stuffy.
Shout out Arby's.
Arby's the GOAT, Jamocha Shake going crazy.
Man, shout out Arby's.
But yeah, like it's all about what you feel like you could act on. And if you sparking conversations with other people that look like you, talk like you, act like you, got the same interests, it sounds different. How we was talking about, our moms told us one specific thing 1 billion times, but somebody else said that shit once, and it made all the sense in the world. Yeah. People know right from wrong. You feel me? You come in the world knowing you shouldn't have did that, but you don't got the opportunity to hear that from somebody that it'll resonate from. You hear that shit from one of the homies, it's like, damn, I do gotta get on my shit. I do gotta do X, Y, Z, because the homie feeling the same way. He or she said this thing to me. It's different than parents. Kind of, you feel like they talking down to you. The homies, you know, your friends are like, look, I'm going through this shit too. I'm not being no hypocrite when I talk about this. I'm dealing with it too. This is how I'm going about better in the situation. That same shit might work for you. Now you feel like you got to, how we was talking about having accountability. You feel me? Now you feel like you got an accountability partner because now it's 2 people striving for the same thing. That kind of give you that second bit of motivation. When my motivation is starting to get winded and it's starting to kind of lose, I can rely on somebody else keeping me on my toes. If I start slipping, I know somebody else gonna push me right back up to keep me like, all right, I'm alert. Come on, you gotta do this. All right, you slipped up this week, all good. Go harder the next week.
Go harder next week, man. Hold each other accountable.
Facts. Be flexible in that accountability. You know, like niggas is human, but
man,
be serious. You feel me? Want it type shit. Do all that you can to stick to a code.
Stick to the code, man. Stick to the code. Cause I promise you, over time, man, it'll lead you right to your goals, right to your dreams.
It ain't gonna lead you nowhere but where you wanna go.
Man,
it ain't gonna lead you wrong.
You feel me? It goes back to mastering yourself, being aware of yourself and everything. Like, you sit down and you plan something out, and then like when it's actually time to act, you start doing different stuff as opposed to what you actually planned. You sat there and you spent your time calculating your moves that you know will get you to a goal. Yet you fall back on your laurels and you start doing wilding out when you actually pull up to the drive-thru, as opposed to getting on the dollar menu. You wild out and get the combo.
Facts. $8-9.
The quarter Big Mac, whatever you did.
Right.
The quarter pounder Big Mac. Right. Man.
Gotta go order a bunch of bullshit.
Man, 2 number 17s, all of that.
Facts. And Big Smoke, the number 45.
Right, 45. I mean,
2 with no mail.
With the Diet Coke.
Facts. Washed it down with a Diet Coke, like it's healthy.
But yeah, just so master yourself, man. Master yourself. I also feel like humans are naturally competitive.
Right.
You naturally competitive, and you use channel that in a good way though. Like we push each other. You feel me? Like as homies, we push each other.
Facts.
Like
I be better.
Man.
The alternative is watching you be fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
man. Steel sharpen steel. You feel me? Like surround yourself with people. You feel me? With the same goals. You feel me? Like y'all both might be messed up right now, but y'all both realize it. Y'all both know that the change needs to be made. Y'all push each other to get to that point. You feel me? But surround yourself with people who are already where you want to be. You feel me? Like gain knowledge, just gaining knowledge from them. You feel me? How are they thinking about things versus how I'm thinking about stuff? You feel me? Like
a whole different perspective. Teach you how to move different.
Master yourself.
That's a fact.
Master yourself, man. Know your wants from your needs. You feel me? Oh yeah, and I also think your psychology, or not even your psychology, just talking about wants versus needs, like that shit changes over time. Like when you like you said when you're a kid, you 16 and stuff, you just want the newest gadget. You feel me? You don't care about bills and stuff.
That's all I'm thinking about.
You get older, you turn 18, you turn 20, whatever. You might be in school, or whatever the case may be. You like low key got a kind of budget. If you're in school, you low key got a budget. You need books. Like you got this amount of bread, you gotta get books. You gotta make sure you can eat every day. You feel me? Like your responsibilities become more and more as you go older. Then you get a job, you get a house. You feel me? Now you know you got this amount of money coming in. You gotta pay your bills. You have now these are needs.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's
like
option.
Your wants start to become less important. You feel me? As your needs grow, but that comes with age. Like I said, you get a house. You feel me? You have a kid. Whatever, you feel me? The stuff that you actually need to spend money on changes over time. You feel me? So
I think that's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of adults. You know, like everything we kind of been talking about this whole segment, it basically starts as a kid.
Yeah.
Everything. So how you shaped starts as a kid, and then by the time you get to this point where now bills matter more than your wants and desires, we seen people make irrational decisions where they'll go blow their rent money, or I'm gonna go get my hair done, my nails done, go get a new car, go put a down payment on a car that's gonna get took in a month or two. But I want to live right now. I'm finna go buy this new game, but I didn't pay my phone bill. We see people make those types of decisions, and it just goes to show like it's necessary, but it's not easy.
Right.
It's definitely hard to make the right decision when you got so many temptations from so many different angles. Like, I think that's one of the hard things about adulting. Like, we know what to do, but making that decision is fucking for the most part. We, especially financially, you typically know right from wrong. But it's most bad habits is like I'm not consciously making these decisions. Like I'm not thinking when I do wrong. It's literally not even in my brain. And then once it finally is, now I'm beating myself up about it. Like fuck.
And that's the worst feeling right there. After you make that mistake, and then you realize, then you look back like, like why did I do that? Why did I make that decision? But that's why I say challenge yourself and master yourself.
Right.
Like every single decision, you feel me, needs to be thought about. Like don't just go willy-nilly, you feel me, buying whatever. Like really make a conscious choice, make a conscious decision.
Right.
And I feel like that kind of helps to kind of shape your mind. Like that's how you build new, better habits.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You be aware, you be conscious, you actually think through everything that you're doing, every decision that you're making, financially and otherwise.
Right.
And over time, by you thinking and making the right decisions, those good decisions become good habits. They become new habits, good habits. You don't even think twice when you pull up to the restaurant or wherever you at. You feel me? You know, like and then like I said, it builds up over time. So over the years, you realize, you see it. You actually see the fruit of your labor. You feel me? You see that. Like my bank account is better than it was last year because I'm not buying. And like me, I look at, like we talked about being aware of all your accounts. Like I look at my statements every month.
Yep.
You feel me?
Exactly.
Where
did my money go?
I pull out that red Sharpie. Like we need to eliminate this.
Yep. Fact.
Like I slipped up on this day. Like, cause it still happens.
Yeah,
it still happens. We human. So we not like condemning nobody or nothing like that.
Not at all. That's why we speaking about it.
Trying to get
people ain't the only ones.
Just trying to give people a different view, like a different perception, man. Like try to just do what you can. You feel me? Do what you can to be better. You feel me? Like I go through with that red marker, man. Like man, what was I thinking this day? Like and when you add that, and I promise you, being aware of your accounts, I promise you, you look at your statements every month, and you see and you add up all the miscellaneous BS
to thousands of dollars. Like what the
like on
fuck?
food, like we gotta eat. But
how did you spend $300 at
you have to
the
eat
gas station? And right, eating out.
Right.
You spend hundreds of dollars eating out in a 60-day period.
You don't even add that up. You go to the gas station to pay for your gas. You grab a Reese's cup and whatever, a little drink or something. You feel me? Like you at the end of the month, you add that up and you look back like, man my account could have been this, but instead it's this.
Fact. And that shit make or break when you think about it. Like the average person don't want to be rich and don't need to be rich. They want enough money to be able to take care of themselves comfortably. You feel me? And I think habits like what you just said really come into play when you think about that. Niggas only really need an extra $500 a month. Imagine how many lives would be drastically changed if they had an extra $500 a month. Not, how my life would be different if I had $1 million. No, if you consistently had $200 to $500 extra dollars to do whatever you needed to do every single month, would your quality of life drastically change? I think everybody would answer yes. If I just I got $100 every month after I pay all my bills. Yeah. That extra $500, $600 a month, like now it's like, whoa,
man, that's a big deal.
Whoa,
like man,
I could go do this. My kid could get involved in an extracurricular activity. Yeah. I could start saving for a kid college or my college.
So
like,
look at
I want a new car.
Look at how that go. You stay on your tippy the whole year. You feel me? You end up saving an extra $500 a month. Yeah. And now, end of the year, now you could look back at them wants. You feel me? Now you can go back at them and you feel me? And splurge on them wants. You feel me? On the extra stuff. You feel me?
Go crazy on the holiday time.
To Disneyland or whatever. Like
you building family memories now. Your kids is creating memories that they'll never forget, all because you decided to develop a relationship with your guap. Man. That's all that changed. Your kid, the same kid. You the same person. The world is going on the same exact way. It's spinning the same way. The only thing that changed is that you woke up one day and said, I gotta be different.
I gotta make a conscious decision.
And you create all these different positive ass byproducts. I can go do whatever I want to do. Black Friday, I got $1,000 to blow instead of like $50. I'm trying to find the best $50 discount or $50 deal. Man. Now I got $1,000. Let me go to Best Buy. Let me go to Walmart. Let me go to Target. Let me go do this. My kid said he want this and this. Good. You want this and this. You want to go out for your birthday. You want to do X, Y. Like everything changes by just I gotta be better. I will be better. How do I be better? Okay, how am I getting better? Like ask yourself all those, because that's the progression. Yeah. I gotta do it. Then am I doing it? How well am I doing it? How can I be more efficient at doing it? Right. How can I get people involved at doing this too? Now it's a whole ass chain reaction. Yeah. Niggas, not only is you, now you got your people around you. Everybody all of a sudden is just randomly doing better.
Better. You want to tell? We talked about that negative feeling you get after you make the mistakes.
Fact.
That positive, you feel me? Feeling you get when you execute it on your plans.
Like
and you actually got the money sitting there. Like man, I promise you, nothing feels better.
Smile
man.
Ear to ear.
Nothing feels better. Or you get to actually take your kid, get him this game at Best Buy, get him a new computer. You know they got a computer gaming. Or take your youngin' to Disneyland or whatever, like bro, that feeling right there, you can't beat that.
Man,
you can't.
Not at all.
Man, challenging yourself and conquering the challenge, like, ooh man, what can I do next year?
Fact. What can I do next year? What can I do if you might fuck around and get a pay raise? You might get a better paying job in general. You might come across a different type of money. And now you start making game plans and just being smart with that. Now it's like, this is really like a trickle down effect. Like just by getting my mind right, I'm getting money from other avenues. Like I'm really elevating my shit just off of hard work.
Yeah, and that's another note on money psychology in general. If you do get that pay increase, man, live the same, man. Live below your means. A pay increase don't mean you need to upgrade your lifestyle.
Right, because now you proportionally didn't even go nowhere.
Yeah, percentage-wise,
you still here. You just going like this. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, but you ain't moving forward like you really could. Yeah. Like, you could really be on some other shit.
You start making $1 million, but now you live in $1 million lifestyle, and then you broke. Damn near, basically.
Yeah, you broke.
You feel me? Like
you broke. Bro. Yeah. You making $1 million, spending $1 million.
Yeah, you broke.
Who cares? You made $1 million. We know what you got the show for.
Right.
Real
Trying to make $1 million and be living on $100,000 a year lifestyle or less. Really,
Man.
60, 70 bands is that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
To a year,
Yeah.
like that's a lot of money. And so like the fact that he's going broke, we're like, oh, you live in $1 million lifestyle.
Like, man.
What are you spending
What
money
is going
on?
on?
That's
what is going
that's
on?
a lot of money.
That's a
like,
lot of money. That's a
year,
lot of money.
You blowing that a year.
Man, you wildin'.
Average person you make minimum wage from age 16 to 60 something. That's $1 million.
Man.
You work 40 hours a week at minimum wage. That's literally a lifetime of money.
Man, sheesh.
You blowing that a year and can't even show you can't prove it.
Wow.
Like you can't even go touch what you spent $1 million on. Bottles in the trash can, food in your stomach that you've already digested, clothes you didn't worn or thrown away or gave away. You can't even really show. You can't even touch like this is where that money went year after year. You don't. You got a couple of things to show for where all that money went.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, man, challenge yourself to be better, man. Live below your means.
Fact, got to.
Save. You feel me? Like save money.
Plan to enjoy yourself. I would say.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't
man.
like you, cause you don't want to be boring. We human. We adults. We got likes. We want shit. You feel me?
Fact.
Go get it. Just plan for it. As long as you planned in your budget to go get that $100 pair of shoes, you good because you planned for it. You know what to expect. You know how to work around this.
Thing. You get the same pair of shoes, but it's a whole different thing.
Whole different background plan going on.
Splurging money that should have been used otherwise.
Fact, countless times because you gonna splurge more than once. It's not like you ain't if you niggas struggling with discipline, you don't have the discipline to splurge once and not do it again the rest of the month. You splurge once, you're gonna be lenient with yourself to do that shit twice in a week. Yeah. Now you just set yourself back $500 this month because it started with that one thing that you didn't plan for. That was $100 because you felt like it's only $100. When you look at it like, nah, man, this is $100. This is $100 off of my goal. Yeah. Now your mindset is like, okay, do I really need this pair of shoes? You can still say, yeah. Just make sure, okay, next paycheck, I'm going to save $200.
Yeah.
For this week and last week type shit. Like, next month, I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to cut. I ain't going to go here to offset the money that I'm finna spend on these shoes.
Yeah, and telling yourself, like, okay, if I absolutely need to buy these shoes, like, say you need them for work or something.
Fact.
Like, I absolutely need to buy these shoes. The same way you absolutely need those shoes, use that same mindset. Like, I absolutely need to save this extra
I need
$200 next month. Like, I have to.
This is
not
not
I
an
have
option.
to get these shoes. I have to save this extra $200 next month. Like, no changing, no wavering, no excuses.
Fact.
Like,
This has to happen.
it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's official, man. Like, so yeah, man, mastering yourself, mastering the money mindset, man. Like I said earlier, your life is a business, man. Think about it as a business. What's coming in, what's going out, man. Like I know my monthly overhead, I know my annual overhead. You know, I know exactly what I need every month to pay my bills. So I know, you feel me. Like our profession is kind of different. Like you feel me. Like, we don't got a set amount of money that we want to make on a month-to-month basis. But we know how much we need to make.
Facts. Definitely got to target it. Like, definitely got to target.
For sure, yo. Yeah, I mean, that's real deal, man. Planning your life, man. Planning your life. Life is a business.
Fact.
So, doing what you can with what you got coming in, budgeting, putting the money in the right places, saving money where you can, and then also I would add to that, increasing your stream of your income if you can. You feel me? And everybody can. Can. You feel me? Like I get you working a 9 to 5 or whatever, you getting minimum wage. That's still, you feel me? I'm gonna keep bringing it back. Your life is a business. Even you working a job is you buying and selling. You selling your labor for this price. You selling your labor for minimum wage. Right. So that's one aspect of your business. You can add to. You can keep doing that. Right. But you can add to it as well. You can increase other streams of income. You can sell, like you selling your labor. You can sell T-shirts on the side. You can sell shoes on the side. You got people making income off of social media in different ways. You could YouTube, podcasts. You feel me? Like you can increase your streams of income, man. You can make this money. without a doubt, you can make this money, increase your streams of income, still keeping your means of living, you feel me, under control.
Fact.
Like it's ways to make it happen, man. It's just the mindset it goes. It's the psychology, man. How are you thinking about the money?
Fact.
Like you need it.
That's some real ass shit, man. Like real shit. That's real.
Man, you already buying and selling, so don't say you can't do it. You selling your labor for minimum wage. Fact. So don't tell me you can't sell a t-shirt, or you can't sell some shoes, or you can't
do this.
But you selling your body, your well-being,
physically
your time,
exerting yourself,
your time for minimum wage.
That's a
like priorities, man. Priorities. But yeah, anything else on money psychology?
Nah, man, that's some real ass shit. You just gotta want to be better.
You want to be better, period.
Just want to be better.
Man, so yeah, that's step one in the course, man. Mastering yourself, mastering your mind, being self-aware.
Fact. It has to start there, like top down, trickle down. Yeah, it has to be that way.
Before any decisions are made, just being aware of yourself, man.
All start with the brain.
And from there, once you master yourself and all of that good stuff, from there, you feel me, it's different things you can implement to really make it happen. But it starts with being self-aware, being aware of your account, man. So ask yourself this, write it down. What is your net worth currently between all your accounts?
Right.
What is your overhead every month?
What are you gonna do differently?
What are you gonna do differently? Ask yourself these questions. If you don't take nothing else, you feel me?
Right.
Ask yourself those questions and really ask yourself and really calculate, crunch the numbers. Take a moment to crunch the numbers. I promise you, it's for the better. Crunch the numbers, man. You got it. Figure it out, man. You got it. I promise you. But yeah, so that's that, man. You want to get into a couple topics?
Yep. So yeah, man, that's some real ass shit. Some more real ass shit is. Man, first thing, R.I.P. Dolph. Young Dolph. That shit is crazy, man. I'm not a huge astronomical fan of him or nothing like that. It's the person that he is, though.
But you
like,
know him,
yeah, like I like that
in the culture.
Yeah, he was super dope as fuck. Like you absolutely know his name. You absolutely know his face. And I fuck with that. Yeah, everybody that's around him got nothing but good things to say about him, shit like that. Like I want to be that type of person. Like I don't want to rub niggas the wrong way. I don't want nobody to have a bad interaction or encounter with me. Cause
that's legacy.
You feel me? Yeah. That's what I'm about to say. When it's all said and done now, look at how niggas is reflecting on him. He was a hell of a dude. You feel me? Like little kids feel this way. Rapper, tough ass street niggas feel this way about him. He was a hell of a fucking dude.
Yeah.
That's dope to make everybody around you or who know you, everybody you come in contact with just know you. He's a genuine person. I fuck with the fact that he made that his legacy. He laid down when it was all done. That's what it is on him.
Right.
That's what's on his name.
Right.
I fuck with that 100%. Right. No sweat. I fuck with that 100%.
Yeah, man. That shit hurt here seeing like when it first happened, like it was like kids on the news and stuff, just random kids in Memphis, like man, like really hurt.
Like, I'm trying to be like Dolph.
Like man, that was our guy.
I want to be him.
That was our guy. Like so that's a mean legacy he got there, but like that's something you hope to achieve.
Right, you can
man.
only aspire to get that.
People all over the country, all over the world, maybe you feel me, like mourning you, like man, can't believe it, like that's Dolph. Like he said, man, I'm not the hugest Young Dolph fan musically either, but Young Dolph the businessman.
Fact,
sure.
I'm
tuned in. That's how I really know Young Dolph. Like
I didn't even think about that.
He talked that talk.
That money talk.
He talked that talk, man. He doing stuff on his own, independently. Making bread, doing his thing. Like you want to talk about a rapper with some bread, talk about doing it right. Man, Young Dolph was that.
That's a fact.
Young Dolph was that. Man, it was. You feel me? I don't know what all is true, what's not, but I heard he was buying his kids. Each one of his kids every birthday, every year, he would buy them a house property, a house.
I think his wife said that, like his girl.
Yeah, so it was official.
That's
official,
official,
for sure. But stuff like that,
like what?
Man, you talk about building, planning for your future, your kids' future. Like,
that's a different level.
Man, your kids gonna grow up and they can't even fathom right now. Like that's not what's important to them right now.
Right.
You feel me? For one, you know, but man, the blessing that is to that's going to be to them kids, to your family. That's insane, bro. Like, you talking about leaving a legacy. That's crazy. You got all types of properties.
My dad was on this.
Man.
He was doing this.
Man, we don't have so many examples of black generational wealth.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Real generational wealth amongst black people. Like, we talk about these rappers and ball players, they get rich and go broke in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Forget their kids, grandkids.
Right. They,
like, his family, the young Dolph family is set.
The legacy is set. Like,
it's set.
They gonna eat off that for years and decades to come.
Yeah, for decades to come. Generational wealth in the black community. That's a beacon of light, man. So I hope everybody, if not tuned into his music, can respect that, can understand that. Like,
that's a fact. It ain't
that man was working, like
the music, like
man,
what he was doing.
That's a businessman right there.
Fact.
Fuck a rapper.
Right,
that's
exactly.
An entrepreneur. That's
Don't
a
focus
businessman
on the music,
right
like,
there.
look
For
at
sure.
what he's doing. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So shout out Young Dolph. Rest in peace, Young Dolph,
Right.
man. Unfortunate situation, man. Just the violence in general.
Yeah, like how do we even go about changing that? Like,
Lord have mercy, man. That's a
we talk about this a lot too.
Yeah, we
you know,
talk
like
about
this ain't the first. Unfortunately, this is one of many examples of like, damn, like look at what we doing to ourselves. Every time somebody cross that finish line, you know, like
look what we doing to ourselves. Like I said, we don't got so many examples of generational wealth like that, and we taking out our own thought leaders. Like, that's one of ours. You feel me? Like, yeah, we look up like we in the economics and finance and stuff, but we look up to people, to the rich people, Buffetts and Gates and Dalios. And
them ain't us. Them ain't our people.
Them ain't us.
Yeah,
them ain't us. They life, they route that they take is not our route. You feel me? Like, they don't go through everything we go through. You feel me?
He jumped the same hurdles that we jump or need to jump.
Man.
And he successfully jumped them.
Man.
Like, at the biggest hurdles. You think about how big a hurdle get for a black man. Like, a man in general, women too. You know, everybody got their hurdles, but us, being that we know the hurdles better than other people. And to see Dolph, like, somebody like that, somebody like him, come from where he come from, struggles that he went through, experiences he had.
He is us.
Is us. We've had many of the same overlapping experiences, childhood, teenage years, young adulthood. Like, he's 36, you know, so like that's still young as fuck.
Man.
That's old enough to be your big brother type shit. He ain't that old at all. We wish we, you know, it's a goal to make it to 21. He's dying at 15, 16. It's a goal to get to 18, 25, 30.
Right.
You know, he get to 36. He got 2 kids, got a wife. Like, he literally built a unit for himself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's crazy. Like, damn.
Man, we talk about challenging yourself. We talk about rising above.
Fact.
We talked about being a product of your environment. Like, you're gonna do what you gotta do to survive.
Right.
But still having the mindset that this is the end. This is the goal.
Right.
This is what I'm trying to achieve. This is what I'm trying to get to. This is what I want from my family.
Fact.
This is what I want from my community. Like, man, shout out to Young Dolph, man. You can't even say enough. Like, you can't say enough.
Yeah, you really can't. It's just like, damn, like, all we can try to do is emulate. You feel me? Let's show our appreciation and then just try to copy that.
Right.
Copy that blueprint, because the success is attainable. You know, people from the worst situations and environments have gone on to live some of the most extravagant lifestyles you can imagine. So it's doable. You gotta want to. You know, really look at that blueprint. Really try to copy that. Like, man, that's what we need to be on. We need to be trying to copy the people that we seen instead of pulling them back, instead of hating on them. Man, we're trying to copy them. I'm not gonna kill you because you made it. I'm gonna figure out how you made it.
Man.
If we change that and started thinking like that's one of the biggest steps. Like you said, I was a thought leader. Like, he's teaching you a way to think differently than the norm. And that's what we need. Nipsey, we need to be able to think differently than the norm. Those are the ones that make it.
And that's why, and we celebrate those.
You feel me?
And the ones who still alive, from the Jay-Z's to the Diddy's or whoever you look up to, man. There's examples out there. But it's still, even with that, it's still only a few of them. It's only a few of them people, man.
Right.
To be taking them out ourselves.
Like,
to be taking them out ourselves.
We doing this?
Dog.
Bro.
Dog, it can't be that much hate in the world, bro. It can't be that much hate in the world.
We all fighting. We feel like we fighting over the same money, the same property,
and that's
the same
not true,
turf.
Bro.
It ain't. You got unlimited opportunities, but if you are genuinely convinced that it's you and me and we are trapped in a box and this is a fight to the death, one of us has to die.
And that's just not the case. Look how much money just appeared in the economy in the last year.
Not even on no economic shit, but if we even broke down the creation of money, there is literally unlimited wealth.
Like, it's basically saying that to tell you it's not.
It's so much more.
It's so much more.
Bigger pie than you think there is.
The pie is huge. The pie is damn near unlimited.
I was about to say it's an unending pie.
Unlimited.
Basically, like in simplest form, yes. This is an unlimited pie.
In many ways, you feel me?
We got more world wealth now than we ever have ever. More people have more than ever. And we just got enough people that are genuinely convinced it's less out here.
You don't have to take nothing from nobody, dog.
You could go get it legally, free sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. You literally create money with your own hands, man. You sew together a scarf right now and sell it. You just created money.
Fact.
You created money. You feel me? You sold up a scarf or a shirt or something and sell it. Like it's money. It's money everywhere. It's money to come in. Like you don't have to take nothing from nobody, man.
We could be
from nobody.
Forward, so
you don't gotta be jealous of nobody because it wasn't even on no robbery type shit.
Yeah,
like, you don't have to be jealous or whatever the case may be. The world, like you said, it's enough money, and the world is big enough, bro.
Right.
The world is big enough. Go your separate way.
They never left the block. They don't know it's big enough.
The world is huge, dog.
They
the
think
U.S. is huge.
It's these walls, these four corners. That's all I got.
The U.S. is huge. Your state is huge, even.
Right.
But it's a whole world, literally, dog. Like, go your separate way. There's no. What are you hating on anybody for? Like, that's just not something that I could really comprehend or wrap my head around. Like, so I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how we could stop it. Like, I don't know. Honestly, we had these conversations a lot. Like, I know some ideas out there, but the honest truth is I have no idea, dog. Like, I have no idea what's
I don't want to fall into that
heart.
trap of feeling like it's never going to end, but sometimes it feel like that.
Yeah.
Like, when you look at how we get into the structural issues, internally and externally, what exactly is creating these types of environments, that's what make me feel like it's never going. It's self-perpetuating. It's going to keep its own self going. You feel me? The bullshit is self-sustaining to where it's like, all of us need to die for this problem to end? That's the only way to end. Kill every human on earth. That's the only way these problems will end. And obviously that's unrealistic, but
is it like people want stripes? Like you want to be the biggest, baddest?
I don't know what it is, bro.
Like you don't have to be a villain. Feel me? Like,
why does everybody want to be the villain?
You don't have to be a villain, dog. Like I'm not going outside ever planning to beef with anybody, to get into
I'm
with
looking
anybody.
for the opportunity to kill somebody who
How do you wake up like that, dog? Like I'm waking up, you feel me? Wake up and make somebody want to smile, you feel me? Like make
what happened to
feel
that?
Good, you feel me? Like wake up to enjoy the day, you feel me? Like how are you waking up with hate on your heart? Like how do you
that might be people on kind of insecurities coming out. You know, they on form of depression and stress. A lot of people got that defeatist attitude. Like, look, I ain't gonna be shit. I ain't make it. I ain't get the opportunities he got. I don't have the luck that you got. Who like he is? Why? What's so special about you? Why you get to go do X, Y, Z and I don't? I'm not saying I understand it in full. I understand that aspect of it. I understand
that is a mindset.
Yeah, that is a mindset. I totally disagree with it. I think it's fucked up and we need to urgently fix it. But I do kind of get how you could have certain experiences and then be like, why me? Or why not me? Like D-Rose said when he won an MVP, like, why not me? Yeah. Why can't I go win MVP?
Yeah.
You know, then he go on to be the youngest MVP we ever had.
Yeah,
like
more people had that mindset. Really,
why not
me? There's nothing that anybody in this world is doing that you cannot do. There is nothing in this world that anybody is doing that you cannot do.
That's a fact.
The fact that somebody is doing it,
that's gonna be the title.
The fact that somebody is doing it is what should tell you that you can do it. Fact. There's nobody on this earth better than you. You feel me? Smarter than you. They went out and got the knowledge.
Fact.
They went out and got, you feel me, the experience. They went out and got what they wanted.
Right.
There's no
that's real shit.
Innate difference between you and these people. You feel me? And everybody's not gonna be a billionaire or a trillionaire or whatever. You feel me? But you can go be comfortable. You can go get the life that you want. Because being a billionaire might not be so sweet. It's not as sweet as you think. Yeah, you got a billion, but more money, more problems. Problems come with everything.
Right.
You feel me? With everything. So that may not be what you aiming for.
That's a fact.
But whatever it is that you do want out of life, you can go get that.
Go get it. Like,
it's right there.
Why not?
It's right there for you. You can go get it. And that's a fact.
Man, I don't understand why you would think people come into the world want like that. Like when you think about like self-preservation, people come into the world, not necessarily, you're not selfish, but people come into the world prioritizing their own interests over others. That's a natural thing. I need to know I'm good before I make sure you, exactly. No selfishness or nothing. So when you think about that, it's like, why can that be true? But we don't come into the world ready to like push ourselves. Why not me? Why do we come into the world prioritizing our own self-interest, but we don't come into the world willing to do whatever we can do to fulfill that self-interest? Why are we so ready to prioritize ourselves, but we're not ready to grind to match that? You feel me? I want, but I'm not ready to work.
Yeah.
Like, why don't those collide? Why
go back
aren't
to
those in tandem with each other? Like,
the
damn.
childhood conversation we were having earlier, like you're just being given the things that you want as a child. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you get used to that kind of mindset of being given. If you want something that's given to you, you feel me? It's not till you're older that you it's something that's learned that if I want something, I have to go get it now.
That's a fact.
Me personally, you feel me? And I'm sure everything we wanted was not just given.
Fact.
You feel me? You can't. There was some stuff we got that we wanted, but it's not like we wasn't rich.
Fact. I've been told no plenty. I'm okay with being told no plenty of times.
And so at a young age, I knew that
not right now.
Most of the things that I want, I would have to manage to go get.
Fact.
You feel me? Like it was certain stuff I didn't even feel. Just being aware of the environment of our situation.
Right.
I didn't even. There's certain stuff you don't even feel comfortable
asking for. Yeah, like I already know the answer to this. I don't even want to ask for that. Like
if I want that, I gotta go.
That.
I gotta go. You feel me? Figure that out.
And the same with cars. And my mama told me right before senior year started, like, look, if you finish the rest of high school with all A's, I'll give you this car. It was the car she, the blue Acura. Yeah. I was supposed to be mine. She's still driving that. Why is it not mine? You feel me? But it was like eventually you realize like you wasn't in position to do that. So now my first car I gotta go get. And I'm totally okay with that, but niggas did kind of have this expectation of like, damn, I'm gonna get this car. And then it was, hey, I can't make that move right now. And it's like, damn, like I went this whole year thinking
once that happens, you can go two ways. You can go, man, okay, so I gotta go grind and go get it, or you can pout like,
fact. I'm mad. I'm bitter toward my mama forever.
Now literally your mindset can go, I can't get that. Like it's not something that's attainable for me.
Yeah, I could only get it if it was given.
You can trap yourself that quick.
Fact.
This is not something that's attainable for me, and that's how people fall into that. I'm not meant to have this. I don't have that because that easy, as simple as something like that. Growing up,
that's a fact. That's real shit.
Go the right way. Like, man, okay, well I just gotta hustle, let me go get it. I gotta get in my bag. Or you sit there and you.
I'm mad about it, man. And that's a fact. People don't want to.
That's not for me.
People don't want to push themselves, man.
Yeah, right.
Man, we also had another big. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say we also had another big loss, man. Virgil. R.I.P. to Virgil, man. That's crazy too. He's 41, a little bit older, but man, definitely one of the trailblazers. Just in terms of he's also another person. Like I'm not heavy into fashion. I don't know every tiny thing he did, but just like we discussed, like Off-White is legendary.
Off-White is
you
legendary.
Working with Louis V, like
Louis
what?
V collab, legendary.
What? That's crazy. And so he kind of trailblazed and showing like, look, people that look like us. You could go this far. You could go this route. You don't gotta hoop. You don't gotta sell drugs. You don't gotta do hair, nails. You don't gotta rap. You could go get your bag here. Really shape shifting shit. That's crazy.
That's big because black people, we feel me. Naturally, black people we fly like
bust down.
So that's the
been bust down.
Now know that because he came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
so, like
you just started seeing his name.
Started seeing his name. He became a household name.
Literally.
Like that.
One
Like,
of the
he
goats.
might have been working his way up. I don't know his
I'm sure he got his own little hustle stories. Yeah.
But when his name became like
to the mainstream, it's like you went from not hearing it to he is everywhere.
Virgil, like
that's first name basis.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
me?
you know, by just your first name.
Even Drake, when he say I know G4 pilots on a first name basis.
Come on, dog.
Like,
nasty.
That's Virgil.
Like, ooh.
This guy, you by first name.
Yeah, so that's some more legendary thought leader. You feel me? Like it's a leader, like showing you, like he went and got that bag. He working with Louis Vuitton. He got his own brand, Off-White. You feel me? And that wasn't no. You feel me? You ain't buying that at Ross. You feel me? And I'm a Ross guy.
Oh, big time.
I'm a Ross guy.
Shout out to Ross.
You not buying that at Ross.
Fact.
You paying $400 for some shoes, for a shirt. You gotta go shop.
Fact.
You gotta go to them
to
spots.
the Boulevard. You're like,
hey. You gotta go to them spots.
You
feel me? Like, shout out to Virgil as well, man. Another example of beacon of light in the black community.
Trailblazer. Doing something different.
You feel me? I'm sure he was able to, you feel me, provide for his family. In his case, you know, he was battling a terminal illness. That he kept private, but probably knowing that, I would assume knowing that, you feel me, he made the right moves and decisions to put his family in a great place.
Yeah, fact.
You feel me? When the time comes, you feel me?
Even just like, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, just the same way with Dolph, like that's not obviously your family's first mindset.
Right.
But they will come to appreciate that, like it's like a final blessing to the family from pops. You feel me? Like
here this for y'all. Even like how you just earlier brought up Chadwick Boseman, like that sense of surprise that we got from both of these losses is like, damn, it really put it in perspective. Like, it could happen. You feel me? Like, damn.
Yeah.
And I think both of them might have had that same sense of like, this is my last gift. You know how we talked about he's still doing movies, knowing what's going on. He got a family to take care of. I'm still gonna do this. Yeah. You got Off-White. You got all these major things. Think about how many things Virgil had an input on that we don't even know. Right. That like directly can attribute to him. Yeah. His say so, his influence, his advisory role he might have served, just offering certain suggestions to change this, that, and the third, and look at how big those things have grown to be. You got Black Panther's one of the highest grossing Marvel movies. It was one of the highest grossing movies of that year. Yeah. You know, it's like, damn, like it's really doing something. These are one of the highest grossing movies out of a catalog that got 20-something movies in it. Yeah. You know, the whole Marvel shit, like 20-something movies. Yeah. His movie is high amongst those. Yeah, that's crazy. To really, like, you wasn't just in shit. You was leaving a real impact. These are $1 billion movies.
Yeah, Black Panther, that's name is still gonna ring bells for it.
Soundtrack won hella awards. Yeah. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I like shit like that. That was dope.
And all of that go back to when we was talking about legacy. Like, all of these people left great legacy. Like, people gonna continue to buy off White as long as they there. Prices probably gonna go up. You feel me? Hopefully people will stream their Young Dolph music. You feel me? He was independent, so all that money go to his family or whatever the case may be. Leaving a legacy for the world, man. Even Chadwick Boseman with these legendary movies, legendary roles. Like he was playing legendary black.
He played James Brown.
The list goes on. You feel me? The list goes on. He got the movies, man. Hits. Black Panther, like. Man, things that solidified in the culture, Off-White solidified in the culture. You feel me? Like, you talk about leaving a legacy, man. Like, all these people did their thing, man. Like, we was talking about the Harder They Fall movie that just came out on Netflix. Like, you notice on the train scene, the name of the train was C.A. Boseman. It was like, you feel me?
I didn't see that. That's dope. I didn't see that. That's crazy.
So these people and that just shows you the impact that these people had. You feel me? Like, people still showing respect.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's dope. I like that. I didn't know that. That's tight though.
Yeah. A little Easter egg in there.
Fact.
But yeah, so man, rest in peace to Young Dolph, Virgil. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. And so many RIPs to throw out.
Right. It's unlimited. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the unfortunate part.
Give RIPs for days.
But yeah, just you feel me tying all of that stuff in like a little financial literacy, man. Like It's important to it's important to have your estates in order. You feel me? And not just for the ultra rich people. You feel me? Everybody, whatever you got. You feel me? Like if you don't set it up to where the right people get it, your family get it, then people gonna take it.
Fact.
You feel me? Them people gonna take it. You feel me? Like if you don't set it up to go to your family, to go to these foundations or whatever you
right,
feel me?
Trust, you can protect yourself.
Protect yourself, man.
Somebody wealth goes somewhere.
Like in Virgil's case, you feel me? Like he knew kind of like the demise was soon to come, but none of us ever know really when that time is gonna come. So it's important to always have a will. Like my mom always tell me that, like, you never know. Like you never know. You can walk outside today. You feel me? Yeah, you can walk outside today, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pop in, man. Y'all know we got the third member that
Well, Melly J didn't slid out.
Yeah.
Gang.
Yeah,
we actually complete the entirety of this podcast.
Trifecta.
Fact. So just to give you a quick recap, we've talked about. So our fun fact was how gas prices. It was actually illegal to buy gas on weekends during the 1970s. There was a oil crisis and an energy crisis. So we talked about that. Then we got into the psychology of money. Basically, like why we feel the way we feel about money. Why do we approach money the way we do in all aspects of life? We broke down like parents, friends, TV, all these different types of outlets that kind of are guiding you and navigating you to do this, don't do this, do more of this, do less of this. So we talked about that pretty extensively. Then we just talked about young Dolph, Virgil.
R.I.P.
Facts. Yeah. We ain't crazy fans into them, but just what they stood for, the accomplishments that they blessed us with, like they're very prevalent. I don't need to know anything about Virgil to know who he is, to know what he does, type shit. You don't need to know 5 Young Dolph songs to know his contribution. Just like Boosie. Boosie is like a face of a whole section of the country.
Yeah.
The whole South rock with Boosie. You could be from the East, you could be from the West. You know what I'm saying? You could be a city boy. That's a icon where he from.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in tune to know. Like you just know.
Yeah.
And so I definitely feel like those two people were kind of like that. They definitely were really like damn pioneers.
You have any extra thoughts on young Dolph or Virgil?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as y'all.
Simple R.I.P.
I don't know too much of young Dolph's music, or I'm not really into fashion like that.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate art, and like you said, I appreciate the contribution. I mean, I just feel like sometimes it's kind of dark, but like the good die young.
Yeah, that's real shit.
So like everybody who's contributed a lot, it's just a trend of them dying young. Kobe, Nipsey, Tupac, like it goes back. It goes.
Biggie was 24.
Back.
We 24.
Man.
You were 23 around like
23.
You
Yeah,
right there. That's the same age. We're on the same age. Like,
so it's kind of dark to think about, but at the same time, it kind of validates that statement: the good die young. So, like I said, R.I.P. to all of them. Their contributions to art, to entrepreneurship, business, and just to the Black community as a whole.
Right.
They're figures that young children can look at and not only see change, but also see the endless possibilities of what they can become.
Right.
So
I would just end it by saying,
that's real.
in whatever way you can, I would say just show some support, man. Whether it's a stream of Young Dolph's music, man. I know Off-White is expensive, but whatever you feel me, like just show some support, man. Show some love, man.
Encouragement, right?
Even to those who are still living, you feel me? Like just pay respect, like really look at what people are doing in this world, man.
Right.
We talked about hate versus, you feel me, learning, emulating earlier.
Right.
Like, just pay attention to what's going on in the world, man. Like, support each other, man. Support our community, for sure.
Right.
And just, man, like, let's stop the senseless BS. Dog.
Right.
Let's stop the senseless.
going back to like I don't know if you guys talk about this when we talk about financial psychology, but financial trauma, like your end goal cannot be to make money. Money should be a stepping stone to whatever your goal is.
Right, that's real shit.
All these dudes were rich, but what they contributed wasn't about money. Man. They may have talked about making money, and money is very important, but your end goal cannot be to make a lot of money because that will leave you down the path.
Right, it's unsustainable. You'll do anything for it.
Yeah.
Just to get more.
And
That's
never
real
be
shit.
satisfied.
Yeah, I'm
like
glad you added that in for sure. Yeah, money is just a byproduct of the grind.
It's a tool.
Money is a byproduct of the grind, man. A tool to be used. You feel me? Like building that legacy, dog. Cause man, that legacy, dog. Like you want your name to ring bells, bring up positive vibes, positive memories, man. When you're gone, like that's huge, man. That's huge.
Right. So as we close this out, we'll discuss this question real. With what you just said, do you think, or both of you, do you guys think money buys happiness? Go ahead.
I saw a good quote on Vlad. Country Wayne was on Vlad. Y'all know Country Wayne?
Yeah. Shout out Country Wayne.
He said money don't buy happiness, but it gets you so damn close you don't know the difference. You feel me?
That's real shit.
So I don't think money buy happiness. No, happiness is something that comes from within for sure. It's a perception thing. It's a mental thing. Happiness is a mental thing, man. Yeah. I feel like finding happiness can increase your, you feel me, your increments.
Right.
In a weird way, you feel me, like I'm a trader, you feel me, I trade, I day trade, so psychology, like being happy, I guess just being at ease, you feel me, is very important. Like you can't make money trading if your soul not at ease.
That's
you feel me? If you feel me, you anxious or you desperate for this, that, if you like you said, if you just thinking about money as your end goal, you're not gonna be successful in that industry. You feel me? So no, I don't think money can buy happiness, but I think the path or the grind of getting the money and all of that stuff can bring happiness in your life if you're doing what you love to do and things like that. I don't know if that's where you're going with that.
I like that.
What you feel, Elijah?
I agree. I mean, it doesn't buy happiness, but probably makes sadness a lot more comfortable.
Right.
So yeah, that's deep.
That's deep.
Hey, that's deep.
Because being broken sad is
fact. Yeah, pick your poison. Broke as fuck or rich as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, both got problems. Both got pros and cons. Pick your poison.
That's deeper than y'all. I'll let that go over your head. That was deep. That's deep. I like that. What's your answer?
So I do agree how we just said, like, don't let money be your end goal. You know, don't be defined by money. And I've even went through certain experiences like that, like how we talked about, like when you're young and you don't got nothing and you being told no, you feel handicapped. Like this is, I feel financially strained. I can't go really grow and do what I want because of a lack of funds. I think that mindset could make you, it could help you or it could hurt you. You know, you could grow up really feeling appreciative of what you do have, or you could, it creates that sense of like splurging because you don't know how much money, you don't know how to handle X amount of money. You know, you don't know what to do. And so when I look at it like that, I'm like, okay, you want to be in tune with what's going on. You don't want to wild out with your money. And so for that reason, you don't want to be kind of consumed by it, you know. But at the end of the day, so if I had to give one clear-cut answer, I say yes. I think money does buy happiness. But I do, like, and maybe it's because I'm viewing it from a different lens. I 100% agree with everything you said. I 100% agree with everything you said. Happiness is from within. You could be poor and be happy.
Yeah,
you could not have shit and just be, I'm so thankful for life.
Yeah.
I'm happy as fuck. I don't give a fuck what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I woke up to that. I'm happy as fuck. Can't no amount of money change that. So I do agree, like, that shit is from within, but I feel like money gives you the opportunity to create happiness. So maybe I'll even say it like that. Even if it's not a direct cause and effect relationship, it's cause that led to this, that led to the effect.
What's an example of that?
An example of that is like, I think it's pretty safe to say none of us have bought our moms a house yet.
Okay.
Definitely want to, definitely aspire to.
Yeah.
Moms was probably one of the most important parts of each of our lives.
Yeah.
Mom Dukes really held me down, really did. I am partially the man, I think all three of us can say I'm partially the man I am today directly because of the actions, the words, the influence, the guidance of her.
Yeah.
You know? Pops as well, maybe, you know, but moms for sure.
Yeah.
Your siblings, friends, all that, but moms for sure. You know, and so I proudly fall back on that. Moms really put my head in a different space where I'm like, okay, I gotta start doing shit like this. I would love to do whatever it is that my mom needs me to do. You know, I'm sure everybody moms went to college, got some type of college debt or some type of credit card debt, the mortgage, you feel me, that's debt, like whatever you got, it would feel good to just go pay that off. You don't gotta worry about shit. So I feel like in that aspect, like, that's why I say even if it's not direct cause and effect, it's cause that led to this, that led to the effect.
It brought like a happy moment. You feel me?
Yeah. But that's even lasting happiness. I don't know that happiness fades because that's a memory of mine now. I can forever reflect on being able to do whatever my mom needs for the rest of my life. I can do it for me, my friends, my family, my kid.
I agree.
I think people that spark, that feeling, there's nothing negative from it. Well,
I would just
let me not say nothing negative. There's minimal negative consequences of feeling like that.
Yeah.
I think you could become overly generous, like MC Hammer. MC Hammer didn't go broke because he was a careless spender. He was putting the hood on.
Yeah.
He walking around with 100 niggas in an entourage, but he making sure niggas good. I'm gonna give you this much money to go take care of your friends and family. That's what put him in the hole. Antoine Walker blew 110 million by having bad financial, but he was like generous. You know, so I think there is a such thing as kind of being overly generous, but when you got that shit in check, like, you know who and what you want to do, who you want to take care of, what you want to do, how you want to go about that. I'm giving you this and it costs this much and I budgeted and planned for that. Like, okay, I could do that. I think in that aspect of it, I think that can buy you, dare I say, like unlimited happiness. Under the guys like, we'll all die. Nothing is unlimited. Nothing is forever. Yeah. But for the sake of me living right now, this feeling is sustainable until I die.
I would just say that it doesn't dictate your happiness. Like if you were never
I'd agree with that. It doesn't decide.
You would just never be happy.
Yeah, that's a fact.
By your mama house.
That's a fact.
And those examples you gave of Antoine Walker and MC Hammer are actually examples of how money can deflate happiness too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to help out everybody, and now I'm
fucked up worse than you niggas. Yeah. I'm worse than you niggas, and I was the rich one. I'm the talent. I'm the most connected, accomplished, and I'm fucked up.
Exactly opposite of happening. I'm depressed. I'm sad.
Fact. And it's worse because niggas that never went here, niggas that was always here, they only know this. Niggas that went from here to here and then back here, that's a whole different level of like sadness, depression. Like, nigga, I had it. I had it.
You gotta learn how to grow with your money. Like,
fact.
The more money you have to constantly be maturing as a person. Yeah. Or else you're just gonna have the same problems you have when you're broke.
That's real shit.
All that's gonna carry on to when, like saying goes, more money, more problems.
Right.
It's just gonna inflate the more money you get. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. I think the worst part of those examples is you helping everybody know you broke, you sad, but most times when you turn around and ask the people that you helped for help, you feel me?
Right, niggas ain't got it.
They can't
help. I already know. Yeah,
that's sad. That'll make you feel me sad or depressed. You feel me? Like,
all I did for you, like, damn. You feeling resentful, like we shouldn't even been friends type shit. Like, damn.
I think overall, I don't think money. I don't say money buys happiness. You feel me? But it definitely can add to. You feel me? Your happiness for sure. It definitely can. It can provide happy moments for sure. It could. You feel me? It can make you happy for sure, but it's not the dictator of happiness. Right, for sure.
That's real shit.
But yeah, I like that.
So as we got about, I say, 5 more minutes. You know, we try to round it off right there. We about an hour and a half. We almost approaching an hour and a half. After that 5 minutes, we'll kind of reach that time span. Right. When I ask y'all, just like how you brought up earlier, you know, it's the holidays, it's Thanksgiving. You know, what do you feel like you are really thankful of? You had to give 1 or 2 quick tidbits as in terms of progressing as a man, as a person, you know, just in life. what are you thankful of that you weren't necessarily super appreciative of as like a 15-year-old, 16, 17, even 18? Right. You know, we all are now years removed from high school. You know, shout out my boy Melly J. He just graduated college a couple months ago. You know, so that's different. You know, fact. During the pandemic, like that's even crazier. You feel me? That's been a bitch for everybody, but especially people that had to go do something.
Not the college
like
graduate.
that's even crazier. So like you've had certain experiences, certain just like lessons. Like okay, this really made me more disciplined. It made me more in tune with XYZ. What would you feel like those things are? Like for me, I say, even in part of like being a kid, having a kid, that shit made me more in tune with every single day. Like every day, I'm like, you will never be this age again. Gabby will be 6 for a year. You won't be this age, you'll be this age plus a day. So I'm appreciate all that you are in this day because people grow, you evolve every day. Which means tomorrow, in some way, shape, or form, you're gonna be different than you was today. You're gonna have either certain tendencies, good or bad, are gonna be more or less prevalent than they are today. Tomorrow, you're gonna be next day, you're gonna be a whole different person. So having a kid, it really made me like appreciate every minute, every breath, everything. Even seeing outside. Gabby asked like, can I take my phone while we in the car? I'm like, no. Appreciate the outside. Look at nature. You don't got this. It's at your disposal, but it's so at your disposal that you almost don't even acknowledge it, don't even appreciate it. And having a kid made me think about like, what do I want my kid to know as you progress through life? When this happened, I want my kid to think exactly like me. I feel like obviously with the effect of others, you know, like we all kind of impact each other's beliefs and things like that. But if I could take my brain and put it into my kid, like this is how you operate life. What do I wish you knew? What do I have the power to help you know? You feel me? Things like that. It really made me appreciate every single day. Like, damn, you really, this is a luxury type shit. Because when one of us, it's a race. One of us got to die before the other. You know, nobody really likes to think of it like that, but we in a race with who gonna die first. I pray to God it's me. You know, hopefully this shit ain't for the next 100 years. Right. But at some point, one of us is gonna need to learn how to live without the other. And that's a fucked up thing to feel. So it make you be like, all right, well, until that day, let me really fucking appreciate this particular moment. Even when she get on my nerves, or I'm getting on hers. I'm gonna love the shit out of that kid because one day, no matter the cons, the pros ain't gonna be there either, right? Either I'm not gonna be there to experience them or she won't. And then we both gonna be missing those good and bad things. And so yeah, that'd be my thing. Like it really made me appreciate time. Like, damn, this shit is really a fucking luxury. You can't make more of it. Yeah. Like, you just can't.
Yeah. For sure.
I agree with that. Yeah. And just going off a little bit of that, just speaking about, like, the human condition and not just even your kids. Like, I look at my parents, and the older I get and the more mistakes I make, the more I kind of relate to them more, but I see them more as humans than as godly figures that I thought they were when I was younger. And that made me not only love them more, but like forgive them a lot more because we all have, or most of us have a lot of like childhood trauma directly caused from our parents. And once you realize that a lot of it wasn't intentional, it's just the fact that they are human beings who were going through some shit, just like we all are. Yep. And shit rolls downhill, and sometimes it hits your kids. So
that's real.
Like I really, that's something I'm thankful for is the fact that I get to kind of realize that like, okay, I'm a human being too, and I can make mistakes just like my parents did. Yeah. And you know, I'm thankful that people are able to forgive me for my mistakes as well. So.
I rock with that. I would say, man, so many things to be thankful for. But my most recent experiences and stuff, man, I'm thankful for. How do I want to say, man? Like, I'm thankful for freedom. You feel me? I'll just say that, man. I'm thankful for my freedom, man. Like, being able to do what I want to do. You feel me? How I want to do it. Cause I did it all. I did all the traditional stuff. Like I tried going to college.
Right.
I tried working the job. But man, since we was young though, like I always knew like I need my own. Like I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to answer to nobody. And just being at the point now where like I'm able to fend for myself, do what I want to do, man. Be a entrepreneur, if you will. Just the freedom to do what I want to do with my time. Stuff like that. Like I quit my job not too long ago, a few months ago. You feel me? And since then, man, I've been living life. You feel me? Like I've been going to events all over the city. Like I'm not no party club type of dude, but I will be at an event. Like you catch me at a basketball game, you catch me at a concert, you catch me like at an event, like for sure. So just freedom, man, freedom to have my time, do what I want to do. Cause when I was working, man, they paid cool. You feel me for a 9-to-5 job. Like it was like an ideal job for most people. You feel me, like, but you just didn't have time to do what you wanted to do. So I'm thankful for my freedom, man. I'm thankful for my freedom. My parents, of course, everybody says something about their parents, so I want to lead them out. I'm thankful for my parents for sure, you feel me, for their guidance. You know, like, and that's what I was going to say, as you said earlier, like, most parents want their kids to, like, adopt their mindset, you feel me? But at the same time, like, the mindset that my parents or my mom, per se, was trying to push on me was to get that good job.
Yeah. That's true.
And stuff like that, like, and I get that. You feel me? I get that she wants the best for you. You feel me? What she considers the best for you. You feel me? Like something safe, something to fall back on, whatever. But that just was never my intention. My goal was like, you feel me? Like that just was never for me. Like I want to do it big. Like 9-to-5 can't afford me. You feel me? To keep it real. Like I'm on that type of time. Like they can't afford me. Like. I don't want no ceiling, you feel me? Like, no matter how much that job paying, it's a ceiling to it, you feel me? Like, you never gonna make more than the top rate, whatever it is, you feel me? What I'm doing now, man, it's all up to me. Like, we was talking about the different account sizes and stuff, like how deep people could take it, man. Like, I'm thankful for that, man. I'm thankful for just being able to do what I want to do. I'm thankful for being able to chase my dreams, man. I'm thankful for the grind, you feel me? Thankful for my parents, man. Thankful for the life, dog. Thankful to make it to another holiday season. That's real thankful, man.
They make it to Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's that, man. Yeah. There's so much to be thankful for. But if I had to, that's just what was on top of my mind, I guess. You feel me?
Nah, that's real shit. Well, we'll leave that there. Y'all got any other things y'all want to add before we really close this out? Give our last little spiel.
Make sure y'all taking care of yourself. Whether you're going through seasonal depression. All that.
Then wash your ass, nigga. Like,
if y'all ain't learned nothing else from Corona, man, hopefully y'all taking it.
Wash your hands. They're coming out with the Omicron version now in South Africa. Like a lot's happening. But I mean, holiday season, a lot of people experience loneliness and all that other type of stuff. So take care of yourself. Go out. I know it's cold, but get some sunlight. Drink some water. Wash your ass. Clean your room. All that. Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself, man. I agree with that, man. Happy holidays to everybody. You feel me? Take care of yourself, and I challenge everybody out there to you feel me? Make somebody else, you feel me? Make somebody else feel good this holiday season. Like it don't gotta be no financial thing or no monetary. Just giving a kind word, a smile, you feel me? Like, do something a little extra, you feel me? Like, spread the love this holiday season, man. We done been through a lot as a world, as a society, as our own culture, as our community. You feel me? We done been through a lot, man. So spread some love this holiday season, man. Like, you never know who is lonely or whatever during the holidays, man. The person you walking past, man, they got their head down. They look like they going through it, man. Like, spread some love, you feel me? If nothing else this holiday season, man.
That's real shit, man. We'll end it there. This has been a 3rd edition. By the way, we call, so obviously, you know, for the past 2 episodes, we didn't have a name.
Right.
We are still in the realm of not necessarily having a name. Obviously, we're going to get your vote. But for this, we ended up deciding with calling it the Finland Footsteps Podcast. We might change that. You know, like I said, that's something that sounded good. It's not set in stone. But for the sake of really moving forward, we can't say, like, we got to have a name.
Yeah,
We can't come up with all these other complex things without this name. Because we literally have been thinking of everything in the realm of podcast, but it's like it all like ties back into like, all right, we got to do social media, we got to get the website, but what's our name? You know what I'm saying? We can't do any of that.
So just to get it kicked off, we can always rebrand.
Yeah. Just for now, like I said,
that's some off camera shit. You feel
yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah, so yeah, man.
This is
Thank
the
y'all for
3rd
tuning
edition,
in,
right?
man.
Keep tuning in, like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Smash
For
that
real
like
though,
button.
for real
Tune
though. Like
in.
the video.
Facts. Really like it.
For real.
We ain't asking for no money.
Leave a comment.
Fucking like the
comment,
video.
Like,
If you
Like,
think we talking bullshit,
like the fucking
right,
video.
hate on us.
yeah,
Comments,
talk
hate
shit,
on
talk
facts.
shit,
Wait.
talk shit. We'll talk.
Big
back.
head ass, black ass, stanky ass. Like, Darius got his knees out.
Boy,
Like, look.
These niggas always wearing sweats.
That's a fact.
Mess with us, man.
Interact.
Mess with us,
What
man.
you
We
like?
messing-
What
we
did
messing
you
with
like?
y'all, man.
Yeah, fact. Let us know what you like us to discuss. Stop talking about, like, please do whatever.
Whatever.
All
Let us
engagement
know,
is
man.
good engagement with us. That's how we
Man.
rock it.
Tell us happy holidays too,
Facts.
man. I'm looking forward to hearing from
Facts.
somebody out there, man. Let us know what's going on, man.
Real deal.
For sure, man.
Y'all already know who I be. Big
Man,
Weez.
it's Big Diesel, man. Darius.
It's Malaysia.
Man,
Sir,
we about
sir.
this thing.
Salute.
Now I'll probably end